Good morning. Happy Sunday to you. This is your girl, Coach O, founder and CEO of Action Speaks Volume Incorporated, known as your procrastination strategist, your behavior change expert. I help you to build unshakable confidence, stop procrastination, and you got it. To get your dreams out of your head into your life. I pray that you are off to an amazing start to your day. I'm going to give you a few minutes to join, and we're going to get this party started. Super excited to be here today. Good morning, Shanti. Thank you so much for joining. Let us know where you are tuning in from, and please hit the share button, invite someone, and we're going to get started. Hope you have had a great weekend. Know that there's a lot going on, but we still have to keep it moving. A lot of times we allow the things that we are encountering and experiencing. Good morning, Toya. Thank you so much for joining. We allow the things that we're going through, the things we're facing, to stop us. So we're going to talk about that this morning. We're going to talk about that. Thank you so much. Good morning, Apostle. Thank you so much for joining. We're going to talk about, allowing the things that we are going through, the things we face, the situations that come up in life. We're going to talk about how we allow those things to stop us. And so you see what the title of this live feed is: always be on pursuit to something. Always be on pursuit to something. And today's topic, it could have been one of many things, because when I say the Lord was speaking to me in so many different directions. Thank you so much tuning in from Ozark, Alabama this morning. God bless you. When I say the Lord was speaking to me in so many different directions this morning, just my, over in the night, early this morning. And so we're going to see how this thing go. And I already feel my furnace coming on, and I haven't even started speaking yet. So I'm just excited about today, right? I am excited about today. So anyway, here we go. Let's do it. Go ahead and invite someone. Share this out. Invite, share it out. Invite, share it out. Invite, share it out. Okay, so you see what the title of the live feed is: always be on pursuit to something. Always be on pursuit to something. When you are not on pursuit, stuff, things, situations, circumstances, problems, all these different sorts of types of things will halt you, right? They will stop you in your track. But when you are on pursuit to something, when you know you have something to do, you know you have somewhere to go, you have somewhere to be, you have somebody to see, you don't have time, hear me, to sit around waddling in one thing, right? You don't have time for that. Not to say that you can't deal with a situation, not to say you shouldn't look at a situation, not to say that you shouldn't mind a situation, but you cannot. You cannot stay there. Because why? You have purpose. A lot of us, we are not operating and walking in purpose. And as I was thinking this morning, if you can sit around every day from work, and I know, listen, you are here for a reason. A reason. You have some things that you're paid to do, but it was some things you was made to do. So the things that we are made to do, it equates purpose, right? So it may not be the thing that you get paid to do, your job, the thing, the job that you stumbled across, that you found, that you got, that that you was recommended for, that you looked up on, that you got, that you landed, whatever. There are some things that you are paid to do, but there are also some things that you are made to do. You were created to do. You were born to do. Those things, you can't take a break on that for long. There's nothing wrong with taking breaks. Good morning, Princess. Thank you so much for joining. There's nothing wrong with taking breaks. There's nothing wrong with rejuvenating yourself, getting, revised. There's nothing wrong with, being refreshed and renewed. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm going to tell you. Good morning, Brother Warren. Thank you so much for joining. I'm going to tell you. If you stay in a place of resting, that indicates that you don't have meaningful work. And that's why, listen really close. Hold on, let me grab a bottle of water. Here we go. We're right here. When a person can take a break for a long period of time from quote unquote work, it's a great indication that you don't do meaningful work. You're not walking in your purpose. Because see, for a person that's walking in purpose, you're going to do everything that you possibly can to get back doing it. I have a lot of people ask, well, how do I know what my purpose is? I want to help you today. Good morning, Nikita. Thank you so much for joining. I want to help you today. I want to help you today. Let us know where you're tuning in from. I want to help you today. I get the question often, how do I know what my purpose is? How do I find my purpose? How do I know if I'm living in purpose? How do I know if I'm walking in purpose? I'm going to say it again for those that's just coming on. There are some things that you're paid to do that may not be your purpose. And there are some things you are made to do. You was created to do. You was born to do. The reason why you're here, right? So a lot of times as we're seeking for purpose and we think, I don't have time to work in this certain area because of my paid job. But you find that you're not satisfied, you're not fulfilled. You find that you do the thing that you think that you got to do because you said you got to put food on the table. You got to keep a roof over your head. Good morning, Belinda. Thank you so much for joining. You got to put a roof over your head and all these different sorts of types of things, right? So you feel unfulfilled because you're not walking in purpose. But when you're able to sit to the side and not do that thing that you're paid to do and you don't feel no certain type of way, that's a great indication that the thing that you're doing is not purpose. The thing that you're doing is not fulfilling. The thing that you're doing it because you're doing it, but it's not meaningful. You don't miss that. You don't miss the people. You don't miss the thing that you was doing. You don't really miss that thing because you was just doing something. Some people do things to pass time. Some people do things just to keep from being bored. Some people do things because they feel like they don't have nothing else to do. They haven't tapped into purpose. Because when you tap into purpose, you'll lose track of time. You'll forget that you have eaten. It won't even feel like work at all. If you are dreading to do the thing that you was created to do, it's a good indication that you're not doing the right thing. You never hear a person that love shooting ball. You never hear them complaining about practice. They always want to be better. But they got somebody that's not so, you got somebody that think that it's a popularity contest. You have some things that people get into just because it's trendy. It looks good and everybody is doing it. So I want to do it too. But you don't have the passion. It's not your purpose. how many common How many common career paths that many people wanted to be? It was probably 4 or 5. They wanted to be, yes, you will lose time and days. Oh yeah, listen. How many common things that people said they wanted to do just because somebody else was doing it? They wanted to be a doctor. They wanted to be a policeman. They wanted to be a teacher. They wanted to be a dentist. That's not what they wanted to do. They saw somebody else doing it. And then another reason we would choose certain areas to operate in our gifting is because we feel like it's security. You're always going to need teachers. You're always going to need doctors. You're always going to need a nurse. So we'll get into things that we feel like that would grant us security. But how many have seen over the last, 5-10 years that even jobs that we thought was secure that wasn't secure? Because what? They start combining and they start eliminating. They start doing Zoom rooms. I know the pandemic changed some stuff, but they was doing conference classes back in 2005, 15 years ago. They was called compressed video, where they were able to offer, college courses on compressed video. You show up in a class with a projector and a teacher is sitting in another location, but we're so slow to catch up. We wait years and years and years before we'll jump onto a thing. And I'm always amazed how we act like it's a surprise that now we're doing something that's already been done. And it's going to tap into my other message. There is nothing new under the sun. This stuff has been done before. You got to ask yourself, where were you when it started? Were you stuck in feeling like, oh, I don't want to change? Are you stuck in feeling like you're comfortable doing things the way that you used to doing it? You're dilapidated, outdated, antiquated. And then you want to jump on the bandwagon, once it's almost to be over and getting ready to change. I put a post out there earlier this week on Bitcoin. I have people, they're amazed with what Bitcoin is doing. Told people about Bitcoin back in 2017. 2016. Now in 2021, it's popping. You need to get on it. No, if you would have been on it and had your money sitting in place, you would have been reaping some of those benefits when the Bitcoin went up to 41,000. But the first thing we do, hear me, the first thing that we do when we don't know about a thing, we don't try to learn about a thing, and we don't find anybody that we trust to know, even if this thing go up and down. We were some people, we lost some money back in 2017. But see, one thing about when you're dealing with an up and down market, you're going to win some and you're going to lose some. But I've been trying to tell people about this financial thing for a little while now. And it amazes me that the people that you tried to tell, now they tried to tell you. It's funny to me. It's really funny. I posted even on yesterday in one area how there was a 18.15% return. Nobody responded on my post. You know why? You got crickets. They sit back because they don't want to say. They're not gonna say, "Girl, what? A lot of us, we will sit back and suffer. And I know this term makes us mad. We get offended, but all it is a lack of knowledge. We sit back and suffer in ignorance. We do. Because we're doing the thing that is not purpose. And no cryptocurrency and no, Bitcoin, virtual money or whatever you want to call it, when they're, minding and all these different sorts of types of things. But we feel like if I just work hard, and a lot of us are not even working hard. We can take a pause from that work. We don't miss it. Only thing we miss is the money. And then we find ourselves at a point of suffering. You always got to be on the pursuit of something. And don't sit and wait until the something is over before you want to get started. Right? I've been trying to tell people even this last year about this financial thing. How you can save on your taxes. Make money and save tax on your taxes legally. But what we want to do. And then you got some people that feel like, I don't want to pay more taxes. You know what that sound like? I would love to pay more taxes on $1 million. Baby, I would live off of $750,000. If I had to pay the government $250,000 in taxes, I would live off of $250,000 any day. Our mindset is keeping us in a stuck place, a broke place. Our mindset, this is what I told somebody on yesterday. And I know I'm all over the place, but listen to me. If I am in a part of a business, listen. If you join the business and didn't do nothing else but showed up at the training, it's worth $100. And I'm talking about a one-time $100 that you have access to training and teaching, and that you can glean from multi-millionaires for $100. Do you know how much? Let me see if I can put this thing over here. And those are not even all my books. I got a whole nother bookshelf in the other room. Do you know how many some of those books are $29 and $30. By the time you pay shipping and handling, 3 or 4 books will pay for that, and I still got to read it. We sit back and we got this mentality. Listen, we have this mentality, the parable of the talents. You better say it, but we have this mentality that we got to work. And what are you working on? And then this is the question for you on your working. What is your return on your work? See, a lot of us, this work that we do today, we're tired, we're overwhelmed, we're more confused, we broke. Best decision I ever made. Best investment I ever made, partnering with Coach and being teachable. Listen, I'm telling you, you can make $100 investment. Don't cut yourself short, baby, because I'm telling you, we going somewhere. We are going. This is not, I don't come on here trying to fluff you, bluff you, convince you, and force you to do nothing. But one thing that I get so irritated about, I see my people that look like me. I'm talking about brown people, brown folks. We have this mentality that we're so busy. I would rather be busy making a better living than busy creating somebody else's better living, creating somebody else's better dream. But we stuck on, I'm not going to say it. Y'all done heard it before. You must be on pursuit to something. Always be on pursuit to something. You can be winning. Why do we choose to lose doing things that don't even bring us fulfillment? How do you feel at the end of your work week? That's what I want to know. Some people ask me, say, how in the world do you do what you do every day? Every day. I get up. I don't have a day that I even desire to sleep in, because I enjoy my life. This is not a Facebook life. This is not a Facebook Live life. This is not a social media life. I love my life. Problems and all. Craziness and all. Why? Because I don't wallow in that. I look for what I'm looking for. I was reading something on this morning, and it says that, even when people retire, see, a lot of times we are trying to retire from something instead of retiring to something. It's okay for us to retire from the work that we do on earth, but we need to be retiring to the work that we was created to do. But it said that, it says that a person that retired, they generally, there's some research that has been done after 2 to 7 years or 2 to 5 years or something. They said 2 to 7 years, I believe it was, they die. Why? Because they miss They feel like they don't have a reason to live because they're not doing the work they were doing. Not realizing that job that you happened to land because you went to the unemployment office, somebody recommended you was unemployed, you went and found a job because you needed to put food on the table and you needed to make sure you kept a roof on your head and you needed to put clothes or whatever the reason that you got that job that you found probably wasn't the reason you was created. Because you just found the job and you've been here. Think about it. Think about it. Life would be so much better for a lot of us if we was on a pursuit to something. But see, a lot of us, we're sitting back. We're sitting back because we tired. What are we tired of? What we should be tired of? We should be tired of struggling. We should be tired of being overwhelmed. We should be tired of being alone. We should be tired of not seeing a great significant, gain in our life. That we're in the same place. We should be tired of being in the same place we were 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. We should be tired of talking about our past victories. Do you ever get tired of people talking about what they used to do, what they used to have, and who they used to be? I want to know something. Who are you today? I don't care how good you was popping when you was in high school. I don't care how how you was whatever you was in your teens and in your early 20s. You're 50. What are you doing today? A lot of us, see, we will sit and dwell on old victories too long, and that's a problem. I want to help you. Good morning, Faith. Thank you so much for joining. What gets us? This is what gets us. We get comfortable with success. And then once we have a little success and we'll sit back and think that it's going to last forever. You got to get out of your victory. You always got to be on pursuit to something, because when you're on pursuit to something and when you're aiming for something, when you're after something, you have an adrenaline that will keep you moving. But see, when you say you made it, okay, you did the thing. Okay, you got the thing. What's next? One thing my coach, he said, mentor, he said, you always, when you have a dream or you have a goal, you should already be setting a new goal before you accomplish that original goal. Why? You always got to be on pursuit to something. We have one victory and we want to keep on talking about how we did this and how we did that. What are you doing now? How are you doing the things now? How are you doing the things now? We will waddle on how we was on, how we was on fleek, baby, in our 20s. Do you talk to people and they always say what they used to do and how they used to have it going on, but you don't see no evidence of that in their life now? They have given up and they still waddling what they, you can't even have a conversation with some of these people because, see, this is one problem. I'm going to tell you one problem that they have. They can't celebrate what you're doing now because they're not doing anything. So they always have a comparison of how they used to do what you're doing, but you've never seen it. Oh, y'all not going to talk to me. Because see, right now they're sitting in pity with themselves. They're having a party with themselves, but they're not on pursuit to nothing. We can get comfortable and say that, I don't really have a sense of urgency for doing anything. I have everything I want. That's a lie. You don't have everything you want, because if you really be honest with yourself, there is some stuff that you want, but you don't know how to get. Oh, can we be real today? Can we be real today? You have to be on pursuit for something. A lot of us will settle for what we have and where we are because we don't know. We don't know how to get there and we don't know how to get it. We don't know how to get there and we don't know how to get it. So we'll just say, I'm good. I told you earlier mid last year, the new I'm fine. You need to, when people, I'm fine, I'm fine. When they holler they fine, you need to be checking on them. They're not fine. They're not fine. Because we always have to be on pursuit of something. And when we're not on pursuit, that means we have settled for where we are, for what we have, for what we did. Where's your new victories? What are your new goals? What are you going after now? What you did when you was a teenager, great. What you did in your early 20s, wonderful. What you did in your 30s, that is totally awesome. What you did in your 40s, thumbs up. What are you doing now? What are you doing now? If you have this idea, I hear people say, I'm planning to live to 100 and 110. For 40 and 50 years, you're going to sit around doing what? There's only so much rest one can get. Do you know you can be tired from rest? You have people that will sleep all day and just as tired as they was before they laid down 20 hours ago. There's only so much rest that you need. Resting from what? You should always be on pursuit to something. What do you have in your plan? What is in your plan? What is in your plan? What is your next move? See, and it amazes me how successful business people say, I'm already in a successful business. We will settle for one doggone thing. One. Do you know how many people, and we'll fool ourselves that we're so busy, but half of the stuff that we're doing, even in the one business that we have, we could not be doing. We're busy doing stuff that's not even necessary to be done. You hear me? You are busy doing some things that's not necessary. You're good at doing things that's not necessary. We spend so much time to make ourselves feel like we are productive. You're talking to a production operation. I was production operations manager at a multi-million-dollar company. And over the past few weeks, the Lord has really been talking to me. I'm thinking, I said, I was having a conversation. I said, now, you was moving millions of pounds of production, right? Budget of millions of dollars. Still working in that arena, still working with a budget of millions of dollars. And you can't get a person to see the value in a financial education, the freedom. I'm telling you, make the $100 investment for your education. Had the opportunity to on yesterday. And Nikita, if you're still here, just talk a little bit in the comments. What was your experience with that awesome training on yesterday? Had the opportunity to be a part of a training yesterday of an almost $8 million figure earner in 1 year. It blows my mind. Then it was announced that I was invited. I'm invited to this exclusive meeting. Blows my mind. But we will be busy moving our fingers and spending all day doing these things, and we go to sleep and we're unrested and we wake up unfulfilled. Doing what? Are you really on pursuit of something? Are you just busy doing stuff to make yourself feel like that I just can't, I really cannot even wrap my mind around it. For people that has followed me for a little while, it's not like, sometimes you see people say things and you don't really see the fruit of it. Sometimes the things that I see and I do, it shocks me because I'm thinking, girl, is this you? Is this, and sometimes you really have to just pinch yourself and say, is this for real? have to wrap it in my mind to just really get excited to say that this is amazing. I was so excited for you. Thank you so much. I'm telling you, I need you. This is what I need each of you that's under the sound of my voice. Whether you are on here live or you listening at the replay. I really, really, really desire for you to evaluate what you're doing and why. What is the fruit of your labor? Is it purposeful? Is it fulfilling? Is it life-changing? Will it last when you leave? Is it legacy building? You spoke it into existence years ago. I mean, it amazes me, Nikita. It amazes me. I promise you, it amazes me. And when I look back through my pictures and I look back through all these millions of, I keep all these notebooks and calendars and composition books. When I look back through these things and I see all the stuff that, you know, that come to pass, it blows my mind. Humbly so. It blows my mind. When I think about it, when I think about the doors that are being opened. Listen, one, if we're not closely connected, you missing, baby. Because when I come on here, you're just getting a part of me. I've said it before. I've said it before. You know, we come on here and we get little crumbs, but do you know, and it was just amazing, you know, how I had a business partner, he made a comment. He said, you know, I'm just blessed to even know this person. That amazes me. Humbly so. Why? Because I know there is so much more to offer, so much more to do. We have to be on pursuit to something. So I challenge you on today. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for what this year can bring? Are you ready? And see, with me, good morning, Tamika. Thank you so much, Mississippi, Georgia. God bless you. To me, I don't make enemies. I don't have a person that I have connected with that I'm not still connected with. You know why? Because all of my connections has always been divine. It's something about my God. He don't allow me to connect with foolishness. He just don't. He immediately shows it to me and we cuts it off. We don't waste no time with it. So for people that's been with me, we haven't had any issues. I got Empowering 8 Inner Circle on here. I have people that I've had a conversation with. I mean, I've talked to Tamika on the phone one time. I remember that conversation. I was sitting in Dallas. No, I was in Houston, Texas. 2019. You remember that conversation? God is so powerful. And when we're able to put those puzzle pieces together because we're in pursuit, and I've talked to Tamika actually more than once, but that was the first time I talked to her. I was sitting in a hotel in Houston, Texas. Yeah, 2019. Spoke with her last year. I was sitting in the line at the bank. I need y'all to talk. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? I want you, you know, we sit back. You are powerful and real. I'm honored to know you. You spoke greatness in my life. God bless you. I'm telling you, I am telling you, If we are not connected this year, I'm talking about really connected. I'm talking like puzzle piece connected. You are missing. And I know some people say, I ain't missing nothing. We miss it when we're missing it. We are missing it when we're missing it. You know, there is no coincidence in life. Look it up in the Hebrew. There's no such a word. That's what we say. It was just a coincidence. There was no coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens supposed to happen. One day I wanted to walk away from my job and go completely off on my team, and you calmed me down and reminded me. Yes. Yes. Don't give it away. You work your way to that. You earn what you were doing. We don't recognize a lot of times, you know, the circle that we could have. But sometimes the self-sabotage in us will cause us. Stuck with me forever. Still with you, Shanti. Still with you. I told Shanti, I said, you know what? We're going to meet 2019. I drove to, good morning, April. Thank you so much for joining. 2019, I drove down to Louisiana. I wasn't quite in New Orleans, but I told her I didn't care. I was driving. And I went to see her. I went to see her children. I went and spent time with them. I'm a woman of my word. Because one thing about it, I'm one that if I'm not going to do something, I'm not going to say it. And if I'm not going to do it, I'll tell you. But I do what I say. And I say what I'm going to do. Why? Because that's who I am. We always have to be on pursuit to something. Good morning, April. Thank you so much for joining. Because, see, I look at, you know, sometimes, and, you know, one of my little theme songs that I just love is people see me, but they just don't know. Why they don't know? Because you don't have to wear it on your forehead. You don't have to put it on no name tag. You don't have to be haunty and flounty and none of those different sorts of types of things. You just do what you do. People going to say what they want to say anyway. Don't matter. People going to feel the way they want to feel anyway. Don't matter. That doesn't determine who you are and what you do and what you are capable of doing. You be who you said you're going to be and pursue the things that you desire to pursue. But don't sit back settling for life thinking that this is what you got to do. This is where you got to be. No. If that's not what you want, don't settle for that. You got to be on pursuit to something. And the reason why so many people are not feeling fulfilled because they haven't determined what it is that they want. And you want something. You want something that you do not have. If it wasn't nothing but peace, joy, and happiness, when you're living in hell and turmoil and you're trying to figure this out and figure that out, you're struggling with this and you're overwhelmed, you want something. Always have an exit strategy. You got to have an exit strategy, which requires you to have a plan, which means you're on pursuit to something. I'm pursuing, if it ain't nothing but career change. I'm pursuing, building a business. I'm pursuing having a happy family. I'm pursuing having the money, the time, and the location freedom that I desire. What is it that you really want? You don't want to be stuck in no doggone cubicle. You don't want to be stuck in no office. I know you say you love people, and I know you like touchy-feely. I know you like hugs, and I know you like the environment of people and this and that and those things and that. But if you can have that and have the time, money, and location freedom that you want, you would do both. But you have made up in your mind that I got to do this or that. What are you pursuing this year? What are you pursuing? I got my goals and strategies written down. Yes. And always be looking for bigger. When you get close to God, you shouldn't. As long as we have breath in our body, we haven't made it. We get there and we going. And we get there and we going. You got to be on pursuit. Because see, when you stop going, if you're not living, you're dying. You know, I talk about the law of polarity. There's an equal opposite to everything. When there is not life, there's death. When there is not happiness, there's sadness. When you're not up, you're down. When you're not in the front, you're in the back. Right? When you don't have money. When you have money, the opposite is you don't. So you either live in a life of lack or abundance. And lack and abundance is not just related to monetary. You can live in a lack of happiness, joy, and peace, or you can live in an abundance of it. You are not living in abundance, freedom, when you're overwhelmed, when you robbing Peter to pay Paul, when you can't do, when you got to save up to do, you and all these different sorts of types of things, you are not living in your total freedom. I'm going for multiple streams of income, financial time, and travel freedom, then claiming my marriage ceremony. Come on now, somebody. Come on. Come on. Are you ready? Are you pursuing the things that you desire? Don't allow what's going on around this world to stop you. A lot of us, we have put our fate in the economist's hand, in the White House hand, in the politician's hand. Do you know you can be your own banker? You can be your own banker. You can get yourself a loan. You don't have to go and sign no application. You don't have to go and get nobody's permission. You don't have to be wondering if they're going to approve or deny you. You can be your own banker. You just got to know what they know. But you know what? We don't take the time to learn. Because we said we're so busy. We're busy, overwhelmed, and missing out. You always got to be on pursuit to something. Get your dreams and plans in front of you. Look at them, read them, get excited about them, work on them, get emotional about them. Feel what it feels like to be in them. Feel what it feels like to be doing them. Feel what it feels like to have it, to be it, to see it. Good morning, Sheila. Thank you so much for joining. You got to feel what it feels like to be on pursuit of the things that you want to do. Why you work so hard? Why do you get up every morning? What is it that you want? What is it that you want to leave? See, a lot of us say, well, I don't want to leave anything. I don't want to have anything. I'm good where I am. That's a lie from the pit of hell. If you can live a better life and help other people have a better life, that will put a smile down in your soul. But see, the only reason you don't want that because you don't know how to do it. The only reason you don't want that because you feel like it's not possible for you, but it's possible for everybody else. You think that you're not good enough. You think that you're not educated enough. You think that you don't have what it takes. That is a lie from the pit of hell too. You got it, but you don't use it. And you don't recognize the fruit because you're looking at the seed and not seeing that this thing will come out looking different than what you put down. But a lot of us have given up and we feel like, I don't have any support. You got to stop. Sometimes you don't need free support. You got free, broke, tired, overwhelmed people, unexperienced people trying to put something in your head that is not even working for them. Right? Why do we use them as our council board? Why do you have them on your advisory board? Why do you go to people that's not winning in life asking them what you should do and what they think? What they think don't matter. What they think should not matter. But you will go and ask a person that has failed in their own life. Baby, yes, one of my goals is 2.5 million to start. And your action shows, Nikita. I see you. I see you. You're in the same meetings I'm in. Why? Because one, you're coachable. Not that you had to feel like it. Do you know how long I was in meetings on yesterday? From different things. This chair right here, other than using the bathroom, running to go get something to eat, you know how long I did this? 12 hours. It was a blessing that I had food delivered to me. Not only did my sister cook it, she said, I'm dropping it off. I'm like, perfect. Because I got 40 minutes before it's time for me to be in class at 7 o'clock. It works out. Good morning, Bishop. Thank you so much for joining. It works out when you need it to work out if you want it. You got to ask yourself, do you want it? You got to ask yourself, what do you want? You got to ask yourself, what are you willing to do? See, when you're not willing to do nothing to get it, that means you don't really want it bad enough. Because see, if it don't come easy, if it don't come wrapped up, if it don't come hand delivered, then you don't want it. Baby, some of the things you work is going to require you to do some things. It's going to require you to cut some people off. Because you don't need people up in your ear telling you it don't take all that. It take all that and then some. Because how much time are you putting in doing that thing that you're not even fulfilled with, that you got to rob Peter to pay Paul, that you're barely getting by, that you can't do this thing that you really want to do? How much time are you putting into that? We will put a whole, most people work 40, 50 years. We'll put a whole lifetime into working for somebody else for nothing. But we won't put in a couple hours for ourselves to live the life of our dreams. I refuse to do it. I refused to do it as a little girl. And that's why a lot of people probably got a problem with me. But you know what? That's not my problem. That's your problem. Because while you got a problem with me, baby, I'm happy. Living the life of my dreams. I always have. Because see, I remind myself. See, I don't keep this picture too far from me. I remind myself. If this didn't kill me, what am I trying to do? If this didn't kill me, a person's words, opinions, thoughts don't matter. This right here, I was left here after this, after a broke jaw, after my teeth being wired shut, after sucking my food through a straw, after walking on crutches for a year, after surgery, after all these other different sorts of types of things, after being in the hospital for over 2 months. All this right here, when this didn't kill me, you got to be on pursuit to something. Because I'm going to tell you something. You can waddle. Let me help you out. The lazy man buried his hand in the bowl. It wearies him to bring it back to his mouth. Proverbs 26 and 15. Yeah. Do you know that you can spend your whole life talking about what happened to you that you can't change? You can't change nothing about yesterday. You can make today better. You can make tomorrow. You can put in the effort to attempt to make tomorrow better, but you can't do nothing about yesterday. But you have people that will sit back and keep on telling you the same story over and over and over again. And my question is, what are you going to do about it? The way my anxiety kicks in, I have my own business, seeing everyone going where the money resides, and me. Well, I'm going where the peace resides. I know money will be there too. Yes. We got to be on pursuit to something. Don't let 2021 be a year that you have settled. That you sit back and you figure where you are is where you have to be. I'm looking for some people. I want you on my team, honey, because we going somewhere. Nikita, if you're still here, and I know you are, because you just put that faith the size of a mustard seed. You just got to have a little bitty. Coloring outside the box. You better get out them lines. You see all these colors I got behind me? I love colors. I love colors. You see, and this is a real background. I ain't fading out in my background. This is a real room. This ain't no virtual background. Real room. I love colors. Love them. Love them. Cuckoo crazy over them. I don't want no white blah, blah, blah. I don't want nothing. I don't have a white wall in this house. I probably got every color in a crayon box up in here. Why? Because I love it. My pursuit is peace. Mine is peace, Tamika, but I want peace and some money. Because I can't have peace without no money. I want peace and money. Why? Because the things I do cost. It costs me to live the life I live. Thank you so much for sharing, Era. But I want you to really think about, I want to build a team so big. I want to build a team of people that look like me. I do. I want to build a team of people that looks like me. Well, we have this $1 million club, baby, where we can go and do what we want to do. And it's not about just being a millionaire. Being a philanthropist and doing mission work, the gospel is free, but it costs to get it out. I don't care if you on a media platform, it costs. Even if you just on social media, it costs, because you got to have, first of all, equipment to be on here. You hear me? You got to have equipment. So you're not going to tell me there's no cost associated with you even listening to me today, because you got to either have a phone, a computer, a tablet, or something. That's cost. And you got to pay your bill. You got to have a data plan or some internet or something that costs, right? So it ain't free. So for you to think, oh, I don't need no money, and people just being greedy, blah, that's a bunch of frocka-knocka. I agreed. I know when I have peace, I can make that money. Absolutely. My lifestyle costs shooting, mortgage, car repairs, medicine, cell phones, etc. You better say it. See, a lot of people think, well, I don't need that, I'm good. You ain't good. Yes, I see you in my inbox. Let's do it. I'm telling you, it's $100, baby. Let's do it. I'm telling you, the education you get, you can use it. Nikita, if you are here, I need you to raise your hand. Look, I sat on a training yesterday. It was 3 hours. And this how good the training be. You don't even think about it as 3 hours. I knew when I got on there, it was from 2 to 5. Listen to me. It was from 2 to 5. I sit there, and as I told them on the call, after the call, that's a training that I've showed up for every 2 weeks, not thinking in my mind, oh, I forgot about it. You don't forget about it because you're looking so forward to it. You can use the education. You got millionaires imparting in your life. They're giving you real life practical stuff. People that look like you and me. But we on this pursuit of thinking that we just got to keep on working so hard. You better say that. And when you're able to sit on a platform, when they did the celebration out on the call, Nikita, verify what I'm saying if I'm speaking the truth now. But when they said, we got a celebration and we got somebody that earned this, and it was me, I probably didn't look really excited, but on the inside, I was just like, wow. And I think I did more of a celebration when I hung up the phone. When I got off the call, because it's amazing. It is amazing. And then I didn't post it yesterday, but I was sitting here looking. Check it out. I was sitting here looking. The person, I know you probably still on here. I will answer your inbox when we get off. But I was sitting here looking. Last year, it said, let me get to it. It said, it gave me my locations, right? And I don't know if you can see this. Hold up. I'll be backwards on this thing. Wait a minute. It said 86 cities and 349 places. Now, for y'all that know me, you know I love to travel. Love it. Absolutely love it. And baby, when this COVID-19 is over with, I'm telling you, I'm going to be in my first class. I'm going to send y'all some pictures. I'm going to be on my first class flight. I don't care where I'm going. I'll be going somewhere. Oh, Miss. Do you have the iPhone? Oh, yeah. I'm an iPhone girl. That's what we do. We are Apple girl. I'm an iPhone girl, Mac computer, Mac laptop, AirPods, iPad, Apple Watch, all of it. So whoever made the step. Yeah. Even on yesterday. I'm on Clubhouse, Tamika, but right now it sounds like the New York Stock Exchange for me. And I know it's good to build relationships, but the first impartation that I seen on Clubhouse was, I'm on there. The first impartation that I received on Clubhouse was, a new platform with old people. And I know it's a lot of people out there, but it's a lot of people, some of the same people shifting from Facebook to go in that group. I got on there, they talk. I said, I got off. It's a new platform with the same old people. I want people, this is what I want. This is what I'm looking for this year. I don't want to force nobody to be successful. But a little success will make us comfortable because we think that we've made it. But there's so much more out there for us to have, to get, to be, to do. And so, I'm talking about on a bigger scale. It's time. It's time for us to take that quantum leap. It's time for us to live the life of our dream. It's time to get our dreams out of our head. Keep on doing what we're doing. Do the thing. You can't have, when you think about, I think about some of the people that I follow. These people have 300 streams of income. Like Richard Branson. Do you think he needs? It's not about a need, but it's about the things that you can do. Yes, ma'am, baby. God has so much more in store for his people. Y'all need to get on board. I'm looking for a team that's ready to win. Are you ready? Are you ready? Don't let a small investment. This is the thing that stops people that look like me. We will let a small time and money investment to stop us. And I had a quote that I put out. This was about a year or so ago. We would hold on to the pennies and omit the dollars that we could be holding. We will. Open up your hand. Open up your hand. And when you think about what you have in your hand, use what you got in your hand. We trying to find something else to use. Use what you have in your hand. Some of y'all holding your phone in your hand. You can use that to make money. It is not just about us. It is. You right. I lead the rooms too, but a lot of the women in Georgia invite me to the room. Yeah. I haven't been. When I jumped on there, I'm like, this mess right here sound like this mess sound like the New York Stock Exchange. I don't know what's going on. I said I'm busy building my empire, but it is. Open up your hand. Use what's in your hand. You got it. Use what's in your hand. Some of y'all got your hands like this and you can't get nothing in it. You cannot get anything in your hands closed. Open them up and allow some things to come in. Look, we're getting ready to get out of here. If you're interested in knowing more about the opportunity, it's a small investment. If you don't, I'm going to say this, if you don't do nothing but walk away with the financial education for $100, baby, you won. Because you're not walking away, because you got access to be in those trainings all the time. All the time. So let's do it, not tomorrow. Don't let the devil get that victory. Let's do it today. I'm looking for some people that's ready to take action today. I'm free all day. Inbox me. Let's get connected. $100 investment. And there's some things that you got to do. But I'm telling you, the financial education that you get, it will be worth it. Look, we're getting ready to get out of here. This is your girl, Coach O, founder and CEO of Action Speaks Volume Incorporated, where I help you to build unshakable confidence, stop procrastinating, get your dreams out of your head into your life. Live the life of your dreams and not one that you dread. Honey, I gotta go. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Tamika, I'm going to inbox you. You inbox me. I'm sorry.